Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, January the 21st. It is National Have Fun at Work Day. I do that every day, so, nothing special for me. I'm always having fun at work. It's National Kazoo Day. Did you bring your kazoo?
No.
I didn't either. National Blueberry Pancake Day, Data Privacy Day, and National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. And I do appreciate some bubble wrap.
I do too.
I like popping those darn bubbles.
It doesn't pop like it used to anymore, though, so that kind of took the fun out of it.
You'll never understand how awesome it was when we were kids.
Right.
Bubble wrap was bubble wrap. Nowadays,
yes,
it's kind
it
of
was.
bubble junk. I was going to say something else, but I'll just move on. It's a Movie Star Monday today. We have Willy Macc joining us. Willy is a reality TV star from a show called College Hill. Then he transitioned into TV shows. He was on like CSI and a bunch of other shows. Then he was in movies like Meet the Spartans. And now he's doing a bunch of TV commercials. You see him in like Domino's ads. And he's also a stand-up comedian. Very funny man. So super excited to chat with funny man Willy Macc from Movie Star Monday.
Want a good laugh to start every day? We do, and you can too. Be sure to follow WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com on Facebook. Every morning we send out our Weird Gift of the Day. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just follow our page and laugh at the bizarre real gift items we find and share every morning. And maybe you can share them with your friends who have a good sense of humor too. We have a link to make it easy to find us at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for surveys and studies and such. Here we got one. It's called a Medscape survey. I don't know who Medscape is, but they found that 1 in 7 doctors have contemplated suicide. How sad would that be?
Well, it's got to be an extremely stressful...
Think about doctors that lose a patient. And
Yeah.
they feel really bad that,
That'd be
oh, man, if I
horrible.
would have done this or if I would have done that. But think about this. You saved 18 lives today, and you lost 1. That's what you would have to think. And as awful as it would be to lose anybody, but you can't internalize that and make it your fault, unless, of course, it was, your fault. But, again, that would be a tough thing. So 1 in 7 doctors have contemplated suicide, according to that study. Yikes. Scary study. That's what you get from surveys and studies and such on the John and Heidi Show.
Cable and dish companies keep jacking up their rates. Join the cable cutting revolution with ChannelSurferTV.com. Watch TV with no monthly fee. Our DVR lets you record shows and pause live TV with no monthly fee. Want to stream movies? We have a device for that too. It works with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and many other streaming platforms, so you can cut the cable and save a ton of money every month. Learn more at ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
And this is your brain on drugs. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean? I've always heard it Royal Caribbean. Is that the way you say it?
Yeah, Royal Caribbean.
They say a 27-year-old cruise passenger has been banned after he filmed himself jumping off the boat on Instagram videos. Nick Nadak posted a video to Instagram showing how he jumped from the 11th deck of the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas. It's the world's largest cruise ship. It was docked last week in the Bahamas. He said, I was still drunk from the previous night.
Yeah.
When I woke up, I just decided to jump. He was picked up by a nearby small boat and brought back to the cruise liner, where crew members told him and his companions were being kicked out. He said he spoke to the local police, but they told him charges were not being sought. Royal Caribbean said in a statement to USA Today, this was stupid and reckless behavior, and he and his companions have been banned from ever sailing with us again. We are exploring legal actions. So I've got a link to the story if you want to know all about it. Sad, sad thing there. Good thing nobody was hurt or killed.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he was all drunked up, and he's like, what the heck? I'm going to just jump off a ship. No, don't do that. Bad plan. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Fox News host Brett Baer was briefly hospitalized last week after getting into a car crash on his family vacation. They were in Montana, and they got in a car crash. That's kind of scary. Very scary. Jersey Shore star Mike the Situation Sorrento told reporters that he's already received thousands of letters since checking into prison. I'm in prison.
At least he's got something to do there.
Sit here and do some reading. New report says Jay-Z and Beyonce avoid the paparazzi They've got a really good plan and a good way to do that. They have some friends that come with them that they send them out as body doubles before they leave through a different door. I got friends that look like them. So I wonder if they're really friends or if they're like, hey,
if they're using those too.
You look a lot like me. Want to go to lunch? Maybe we should do that. Then we could avoid the paparazzi, Heidi.
Yeah.
I thought the paparazzi was taking a photo of us the other day, and it turns out they were taking a picture of something by us. It's like, those people are taking our photo. And Heidi's like, what? Oh, never mind. I guess that's an insurance adjuster taking photos of that car. That's what it is. All right. This is Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A Dutch magazine has cut ties with a reporter who fabricated 27 stories.
Wow.
How in the world do you get to 27 before you finally get fired? And online, the funniest thing is, you know how many comments there were that said, now this person will work at CNN? Mm-hmm. I mean, that was the most common comment online. So how sad is that CNN is synonymous with made-up stories?
Yeah.
Whether you agree with that or disagree with that, I'm not saying that I agree with it. I'm just saying that's what the story, everybody on the story was saying.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with that or disagree with that statement, I'm not saying that I believe that. I'm saying the Internet believes that. As soon as there was, something that was fake news, CNN got dragged into it. So crazy, crazy. KFC. Back when I was a kid, they used to sell chicken. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I think they still do, but they also are now in the candle business. Now they have a gravy.
I read about
a gravy-scented candle. I think around Christmas time we talked about biscuit candles, didn't we?
I don't know why anybody would want
candles.
this.
So if you want a gravy-scented candle to fill your home with the aroma of KFC gravy, wouldn't that just make you hungry for, gravy? And then you're like, oh, man,
I would not want that smell in my house at all.
I don't think so either. Nothing against it. Love the smell. But I like to eat what's coming with the smell. I'm like, unless you can eat the candle, then we can talk. The makers of Peeps, they've created a marshmallow cereal that tastes just like Peeps.
Really?
Yeah. Peeps marshmallow cereal comes in 2 different boxes, although they don't say why. I mean, I don't understand why there's 2 different boxes. Do you need, this part mixed with that part? I'm not quite understanding this. But Peeps marshmallow cereal.
Huh.
A new report claims that the eels in the London Thames River, have become hyperactive because of cocaine that's dumped in the river.
Oh, my gosh.
And now these eels have so much energy, the scientists claim that they are having an increase in mating habits, and their population has doubled.
Oh.
So they're, growing quicker and quicker. They're a lot of eels.
Oh, that's
eels gone wild.
Horrifying.
Yeah, so we got that going on. Maybe somebody ought to quit dumping cocaine in that river. I don't know exactly what's going on there. That's expensive stuff from what I understand.
Well,
I've never really bought
it's
cocaine.
Remnants of it that's in people, you know what I mean, when they're using the restroom or whatever, and that gets dumped in the river?
See, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not a cocaine expert.
I'm not either.
You know what? I've never even seen cocaine in real life.
I haven't either.
Never once.
Just on the movies.
Yeah, I've seen it in movies, and I don't want to see it. So if you have some, don't come see me. Here, I
please
want to show you.
see it.
No, I don't want to see it. Not interested. And one final story. This might take a minute here. An arrest warrant has been issued for a Northern Illinois man who police say allowed an 11-year-old relative to drive herself to school in a stolen rental car.
Oh, that's lovely.
While he rode along. The Lake County News-Sun reports employees at a Round Lake Park Elementary School saw the 11-year-old girl pull up to the school's drop-off point.
That's lovely.
And she and a 9-year-old girl who was in the back seat exited the car. Police say a 31-year-old then moved into the driver's seat and drove away. Kalufi Oshadi, I don't know if I'm saying it right. He's from Round Lake, Illinois, rather. He's wanted on 2 counts of child endangerment and driving with a suspended license. Oh, he had a suspended license. So it's like, oh, you go ahead and drive.
And stealing a rental car?
But he also had to drive the car home. I don't get it. Police Chief George Flinko says the drop-off area is very busy, and the incident could have resulted in a number of tragic scenarios if the child had lost control. Keep in mind, the child is 11.
Yeah, that is
11.
horrifying.
That is kind of scary. So I'm really glad nobody was hurt because this story could have been much, much worse.
Yep.
But wow, what a doozy. Thanks for listening. This has been your Scoop of the Day on the John and Heidi Show.
At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com, we want to remind you it's never too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day. And what says I love you better than awesome matching fun t-shirts? Get something for your sweetie and for you. We have several his and hers t-shirt designs to choose from at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Let the world know how much you love one another and wear your heart on your sleeve. Well, at least on your shirt. With a little help from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on another Movie Star Monday. Our guest today is funny man Willy Macc. Willie, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm excited to do this.
Willy Macc is he's an actor. He's been in many movies and also on a reality show. Let's start with the reality show. When did you get your start as an actor? Was the reality show kind of the first thing?
Yeah, the reality show was one of the first things. I did that with this lady named Tracy Edmonds. At the time, she was married to Eddie Murphy.
Nice.
And she had this show idea called College Hill, and it was about bringing 8 college students together. It was kind of pretty much the BET version of The Real World that used to be on MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the show.
So were you a comedian at that point already, or had you not done comedy before you were started acting?
I was not a comedian yet, but I was always kind of the goofy class clown type. And what made me become a comedian was this show. So because I was so funny on this show, I did a lot of the radio interviews, and people would be like, "Oh, we've seen you on the show. You're funny. Tell us a joke right now." And I never had a joke. So I remember writing down my first joke. Now, remember, this is my first joke, so it's not the best. So my first joke I've ever written was, "I'm still new to Los Angeles, and since I've been out here, I've been shot at 3 times. My car got broken into, and my place was robbed. But I got that taken care of because I broke up with that girl."
See, I think that's good.
That was my first joke I've ever written.
I like it. I think that's really good. That's really cool.
I still think that has legs.
Well, I thought it was very, very good. Now, you went from the reality show, which was based in the Virgin Islands, which is cool, but then you moved to Los Angeles and you started doing some movies and doing some TV programs. Let's talk about some of the stuff you've worked on there.
Okay. Yeah, I did Meet the Spartans with Kevin Sorbo, and Tiffany Haddish was in there. It was a spoof off the 300, so that was Meet the Spartans. And I've been on like CSI, and my big thing that I do, and a lot of people don't know this, but the real money is in TV commercials.
Oh, wow.
So I started getting really good at TV commercials. And I'm going to give you all just a short example. You can do a guest star role in a whole episode of like a TV show, and you might make around, let's say, $5,700, which is still great money.
Yeah.
Now, a 30-second commercial, I did a Domino's, and all I did was take a bite out of a pizza. And that one bite and that one shot of a 15 to 30-second commercial, I made $85,000.
Are you kidding me? And I eat pizza for free all the time. Well, that's really cool. That's very cool.
Yes.
There's just a whole lot of really fun projects you've had a chance to work on. Which one would you say is your favorite when it comes to movies and TV and eating that bite of pizza for Domino's? Is there a project that you have that was like your favorite project?
My favorite project had to be this one I did called Pump Water. Pump Water only played in New Zealand. Like in New Zealand, I am like the flow of progressive down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on the billboard, they got cutouts of me. People dress up as me. But they flew me down. They actually shot it in Australia, but it plays in New Zealand. So they flew me down there for a week and a half. I had fun down there. Anytime you can leave the country on somebody else's dime with all expense paid for, yeah, you're going to have an amazing time.
That's awesome. What is your character's name on the thing in New Zealand?
I'm just called the Pump Water Guru. So I could, I'm supposed to know all this stuff about water and making crazy low quotes and stuff like that. And,
that's really cool.
Probably one of my favorite gigs.
That's really, really cool. Nowadays, you do quite a bit of comedy, and I see that you go to several comedy festivals. Is it fun to go to comedy festivals and maybe work with some other comedians?
Yeah, because, Los Angeles is very saturated with comedians. Like, L.A. is one of those cities where everybody wants to go to become a star. So you see a lot of different acts, and you don't get let's say at the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory, when you go there, you see so many big names there every single day. And I go hang out at these spots almost 4 times a week, and you see these acts, and you get to learn. So then when you get to go out on the road and you just go to other comedy festivals, you grow so much by just being in L.A. And then when you're at these other comedy festivals, and you get to see all these other comedians, now you're able to get more and more gigs outside of Los Angeles. So that's why I really love comedy festivals as well.
Thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us here on the program.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Again, this has been another Movie Star Monday with Willy Macc, and I'm going to throw a link to all of his information in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
Cable and dish companies keep jacking up their rates. Join the cable cutting revolution with ChannelSurferTV.com. Watch TV with no monthly fee. Our DVR lets you record shows and pause live TV with no monthly fee. Want to stream movies? We have a device for that too. It works with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and many other streaming platforms, so you can cut the cable and save a ton of money every month. Learn more at ChannelSurferTV.com. That's ChannelSurferTV.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
After losing a drunken poker bet in 2019, a New Zealand man had his name legally changed to, you ready for this? Full Metal Havoc, more sexy and intelligent than Spock and all the superheroes combined with Frostinova. It took 5 years, but the name was finally approved by the government. All 99 characters of the new name are now on his passport. So there you go. Can you imagine losing a drunken poker bet and have to change your name to something like that? That's why don't make drunken poker bets. Just saying. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
At FunkyMonkeyShirts.com, we want to remind you it's never too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day and what says I love you better than awesome matching fun t-shirts. Get something for your sweetie and for you. We have several his and hers t-shirt designs to choose from at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Let the world know how much you love one another and wear your heart on your sleeve. Well, at least on your shirt. With a little help from FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Now, fear this. Fun with phobias. Heidi, what do you think this is? Scissiophobia. Sciophobia. How would you say that? Sciophobia? Sciophobia. What do you think that is? Fear of...
I don't know.
Shadows. Fear of shadows. Sciophobia. Okay. I'm not exactly sure why. You'd think it'd be like shadow phobia. But it's not. It's sciophobia. Today's Fun with Phobias. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Want a good laugh to start every day? We do, and you can too. Be sure to follow WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com on Facebook. Every morning we send out our Weird Gift of the Day. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just follow our page and laugh at the bizarre real gift items we find and share every morning. And maybe you can share them with your friends who have a good sense of humor too. We have a link to make it easy to find us at WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. We haven't really talked about the weird gifts lately, have we?
Not really.
So let's see what it is today. It is a creative cursing book. Well, don't we all need one of those?
Actually, yes.
Heidi could have written that book. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Here we go. According to police, a high-speed chase on an Indiana highway on Wednesday featured a trail of stolen women's underwear. 34-year-old Holly Senose was originally stopped on suspicion of shoplifting from Kohl's when she shrugged and said, "I gotta go," and she sped away. It's not a good thing to do, by the way.
No.
They chased at speeds of 97 miles an hour as she was tossing the stolen lingerie out the window.
Oh, yeah.
Things
not
like
gonna work.
Panties and bras were taken from the store, according to a police report. The chase eventually ended when her tires were shredded by police spikes that were laid across the roadway. She was arrested on charges of resisting law enforcement, theft, and reckless driving. Altogether, police recovered 4 bras, 14 pairs of panties, 2 candles, and some air freshener refills.
You know what I will say?
Valued at $445.
If they didn't make those bras and panties so freaking expensive...
But you don't steal them.
People wouldn't have to resort to that.
You don't have to resort to that. Buy them.
I'm wondering if she didn't have access to showers either with the air freshener.
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's a weird story, and that's how it ended up today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A Southwest Florida woman found herself behind bars after police say she pulled a gun and threatened another person because it was past her appointment at a local hair salon. I think we talked a little bit about this
over the weekend.
More details here. Laura Ulan was arrested after this incident at the Harry Cuttery in Cape
Harry
Coral.
Cuttery?
Hair Cuttery. Hair Cuttery. Hair Cuttery. What? Anyway.
You said Harry
I said
Cuttery.
Harry Cuttery, but it's not much better. It just says Hair Cuttery. Either way, 40-year-old being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without the intent to kill and carrying a concealed weapon without a license. According to the NBC affiliate there, when she went into the location and was upset and swearing because it was past her scheduled time and the stylants were not working. A customer got up in an attempt to calm her down. That's when she pulled the gun out of her purse and pointed it at the customer's stomach before leaving. She was arrested at her home several hours later and released on a $35,000 bond. Her court appearance is scheduled for February the 11th. In the story that we read this weekend, we were talking about the fact that it was her wedding weekend, so she's getting ready for a wedding. So she got out on a $35,000 bond, so maybe she made it to her wedding after all. Wow. That is quite crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, don't ever do that. Don't pull a gun on somebody, especially for that. That's just not good. But if you do, you might become our moment of duh.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now, your dad joke of the day. We are dwindling on our dad jokes, and then I've got a whole new feature I'm working on. I've got it up my sleeve. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because you'll talk me out of it. But here's our dad joke of the day. Heidi, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef.
Okay.
Still going to get rid of the dad jokes.
I was going to say nothing because it won't come anyway, but that's the dog one.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah, there you go. This is dad joke of the day. And like I said, we're almost done with this, and then we're going to do something better, I think. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I've got this good news coming your way courtesy of WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Are you ready for some good news, Heidi?
I am ready for some good news.
I'm always ready for some good news. And when I first read this headline, I had to stop and think for a second. I'm like, what does that even mean? I'm going to read the headline. You tell me if it sounds confusing to you. Hospital bouncer nurses are saving lives by dramatically cutting down on hospital waiting times. What does that mean? What is a bouncer nurse?
A bouncer nurse?
Well, let me explain it. A British hospital has unveiled the nation's first hospital bouncer nurses to redirect non-urgent patients away from emergency rooms. The initiative has already reduced waiting times dramatically. So what they're doing...
I'm saying this is not an emergency.
Yeah, no, you're going to be fine. You sit over here. This guy that's dying, he's going to go in first. It's a good idea. It really is. But I don't think you should call them bouncer nurses. That's a bad name. These gatekeeper nurses is the next line. They are staffers that are stationed in front of the doors by the receptionist. They can assist immediately when a patient arrives. They can decide if they're genuinely in need of urgent care, and if not, then the nurses can direct them to a pharmacy or a general practitioner. So they're like, hey, this ain't an emergency. You got a tummy ache? Right over there. Go over there. The initiative by the Royal Bournemouth Hospital is aimed at cutting waiting times for overstretched emergency room departments, and it's already made a dramatic difference. They're known as clinical streamers. They stream people in this process, and they're carried out by trained clinical clinicians. Furthermore, they operate under the strict policy that nobody is sent home. They're only redirected to other professionals. So they're saying, if you came here because you're sick, I'm not going to say, get over it. Just go home.
Sure.
Instead, I'm going to say, yeah, you're sick. but you're not that sick.
Right.
You're going to go
this
over
guy
here.
over here that's bleeding.
Yeah. He has a sucking chest wound. He's first. You have a stubbed toe. So it's an interesting concept. I've got a link in the show notes if you want to read all about it, and that is at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.